All right, we're here at the Murray home. Just wanted to walk through real quick what we're looking at. So this will go over the complete scope of the work. They are wanting the brick to be primed and painted. We'll use the Luxon masonry primer for the brick, and then we top coat it with super paint from Sherwin-Williams. That's going to get you about 7 to 8 years of life. Probably more since it's brick and it's going to be well primed, but those are averages, so you're probably looking actually at about 10 plus years on that. So trim work, they would like black to match the shutters and the door, and then the brick and any siding, there's a little bit of siding around the back and on the sides, would be the white or an off-white color depending on what the homeowner prefers. So shutters on the front, all these eaves and fascia would be painted, the gutters, all these peaks, the ceiling on the front porch, and then obviously you've got the door frame, you've got caulking that needs to be redone along the door frame and in various places around. But anywhere that wood meets brick, or any brick to brick areas like this, where you've got cracking and separation, we'll need to use a masonry caulking to seal that up so that moisture doesn't get in there and cause any issues as far as peeling down the line. That's probably more important than the actual caulking of brick to wood. Since you would be painting the brick, we want to make sure we get all those cracks filled up in the brick. So on this side here, you've got a dormer, more brick. The garage doors would be painted. You've got more brick over here as well, a chimney here. This is a pretty high extension, so you're probably going to need a 60-foot ladder to get up there. And then you've got a little bit of brick on the side here as well, all the way up. And then this brick half wall right here as well would be painted, primed and painted. You can see, obviously, we need to wash it really well to get this mold or algae growth off. So, but that half wall would be painted, and you can see on the top side over here, obviously the brick stops right here, so we'd just be doing the brick. If you wanted us to paint the face of that concrete wall, we could certainly do that as well. So that's the left side. Go back over to the right side. Right side's pretty straightforward, nothing major on that side. But more brick, more siding, a little bit more siding on this side. So you can see the siding and the brick here, not touching the windows. Those are vinyl, so we'll leave all those alone. So this side's pretty straightforward. And then on the back side, there's two levels to the back side. So this upper deck area, so you can see some of the oxidation here. We need to make sure we get power washed off before we prime. And then you've got brick and siding. You've got composite siding across the back upper, and then brick on the lower. And then you've got, again, a tall chimney right here as well. So walk around back to the screened-in porch. Again, making sure we caulk areas like that so that everything gets sealed up. Making sure we caulk cracks in the brick like that so that moisture can't get in there and cause the primer to fail on the brick. So you've got the outside of this back porch here, and you can see the railings. So in order to get access to the railings on the inside, we're going to have to take these screens off. But the good thing is these 1-bys have been screwed in, so they should come off fairly easily. We should be able to remove the screens fairly easily, pop those off, get new screens on, and then just reattach these trim boards. So shouldn't be anything too difficult, but obviously we'd paint the inside of these spindles and handrails and then reattach the new screens, and then reattach the 1-bys on there. So we'd also do that on the door. The door's got a tear in the screen, but again, these have been screwed on, so that should be fairly easy to get off and put back on. And you've got inside the porch here as well, the brick inside the porch to be painted. And then we'll go down to that lower level real quick, and that should be pretty much the scope of the work. Nothing on the deck. The deck is fine. That was just done recently, so everything's good there. But then got this underneath portion here, again making sure we get the brick painted, and again making sure we reseal all of these with the masonry caulking, making sure we seal all these cracks. And then down here is pretty much just brick. So that's pretty much the scope of the work. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to help. The only other thing I wanted to highlight is there is some brick that's kind of delaminating, so the face of the brick is kind of starting to peel off. So if we see that, we'll scrape that off because it's just going to fall off if we don't do anything with it. So that delaminating brick, and you can see it's probably more on the lower levels. Nothing to be concerned with, especially with the priming that's going to happen. But just wanted to highlight that as something that may take a little bit more attention from us. So other than that, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to help.